As the sun slowly rises over the medieval countryside, you find yourself walking along a narrow dirt road. The air is cool and fresh. A light mist hangs over the fields. In the distance, beyond rolling hills and farmland, a large stone structure begins to emerge from the morning haze. At first, it appears almost like a mountain, dark and motionless against the horizon. But as you continue walking, its shape becomes clearer. Towers rise toward the sky. Thick walls stretch across the landscape. Colorful banners flutter gently in the breeze. This is a medieval castle. For the people living in this region, the castle is far more than a building. It is the center of power, the center of protection, and for many, the center of daily life. Villagers from nearby settlements often travel here to deliver goods, pay taxes, seek protection, or conduct business. Long before modern governments existed, castles played an important role in organizing society. As you walk closer, you begin to appreciate the scale of the structure. The walls appear almost impossibly high. Built from thousands of heavy stones, they were designed to withstand attacks from enemies. Every tower, every gate, every section of wall serves a purpose. Nothing has been built by accident. In medieval times, safety could never be taken for granted. Wars were common. Raids occurred regularly. Rival lords often fought for land and influence. A strong castle could mean the difference between survival and disaster. The road beneath your feet becomes busier as you approach. Farmers guide carts filled with vegetables and grain. Merchants travel with goods to sell. Messengers ride on horseback carrying important information. Everyone appears to be heading toward the same destination, the castle. The closer you get, the more impressive it becomes. Yet despite its beauty, the fortress also feels intimidating. It was designed to project strength, to remind everyone who ruled the land, and to discourage anyone who might consider challenging that authority. Soon, you find yourself standing at the edge of the castle grounds. The enormous walls now tower above you. Their shadows stretch across the earth. From the top of the battlements, guards observe the surrounding countryside. Their watch never truly ends. Every stranger is noticed. Every movement is observed. In a world filled with uncertainty, vigilance is essential. For a moment, you pause. The castle is magnificent. But it is also a reminder that medieval life was built around security and survival. Behind those walls lies an entire world waiting to be explored. A world of nobles and servants, of feasts and hardships, of comfort and discomfort, of wealth and struggle. And now, as you continue your journey forward, you make your way toward one of the castle's most important defensive features, the moat. As you continue your approach toward the castle, the ground beneath your feet begins to slope gently downward. The road becomes narrower. The towering walls ahead seem even larger now. Every step brings you closer to the fortress, and closer to one of the castle's most important defensive features, the moat. Today, moats often appear in movies and storybooks. They are usually shown as peaceful waterways surrounding magnificent castles. The water sparkles beneath the sun. Swans glide gracefully across the surface. Everything appears calm and beautiful. But in medieval times, moats served a far more practical purpose. They were built to protect, to slow attackers, and to make sieges more difficult. As you walk forward, the moat gradually comes into view. Stretching around the castle walls, it forms an additional barrier between the outside world and the people living within the fortress. The water is still, quiet, reflecting the stone walls above like a mirror. A gentle morning breeze creates small ripples across the surface. For a moment, the scene feels peaceful. Yet beneath this calm appearance lies a reminder of the dangers that shaped medieval life. Castles were not built because people felt safe. They were built because safety could never be guaranteed. Throughout the Middle Ages, wars, raids, and conflicts were common. Powerful nobles competed for land and influence. Armies marched across the countryside. Villages were vulnerable, and castles provided protection. Every defensive feature served a purpose. The moat was one of the first obstacles an enemy would face. Imagine standing before these walls as part of an attacking army. Before reaching the gates, you would first need to cross the water, carrying weapons, wearing heavy armor, all while defenders watched from above. The challenge was considerable. Some moats were fed by nearby rivers or streams. Fresh water flowed continuously around the castle. Others relied on rainfall or carefully managed water systems. Not every moat contained water throughout the year. In some locations, dry moats were used instead. These deep ditches still created an effective obstacle. Climbing down one side and up the other was difficult, especially under attack. As you continue walking, you notice birds circling high above the castle towers. Their calls echo softly through the morning air. Somewhere nearby, a horse snorts impatiently. Merchants and farmers continue their journey toward the entrance. Life goes on as it has for generations. The moat may be a defensive structure, but for the people who live nearby, it is also a familiar part of the landscape. Soon you arrive at the bridge. Strong wooden beams stretch across the water. Their surfaces show signs of years of use. Countless travelers have crossed here before you. Farmers bringing grain, merchants carrying valuable goods, messengers delivering important news, soldiers returning from distant journeys. The bridge serves as a connection between two worlds. One world lies outside the walls, open fields, villages, farms, roads leading to distant towns. The other world exists within the fortress, a place governed by rules, responsibilities, and constant preparation. As you step onto the bridge, the wooden planks creak softly beneath your feet. Looking down, you can see the reflection of the castle shimmering in the water below. The fortress appears even more impressive from this angle. The walls rise directly from the edge of the moat. Massive towers stand guard overhead. Every feature has been designed to project strength and to discourage anyone who might consider attacking. During times of peace, crossing the bridge is an ordinary experience. People pass back and forth throughout the day. Goods enter the castle. Supplies arrive from nearby villages. Visitors seek meetings with officials or nobles. The bridge remains open, welcoming, accessible. Yet everything can change during times of danger. If an enemy approaches, access to the castle becomes tightly controlled. Guards monitor every movement. Defensive preparations begin immediately. Some castles use drawbridges that can be raised. Heavy chains lift the wooden structure upward. The entrance disappears. What was once a road becomes an impassable barrier. For attackers, this creates a serious challenge. Without access to the bridge, reaching the gates becomes far more difficult. Standing in the middle of the bridge, you pause for a moment. Behind you lies the countryside. Ahead stands the gatehouse, dark, massive, silent. It is the true entrance to the castle. Everyone who enters must pass through it. Guards watch carefully. Visitors are observed. Deliveries are inspected. Security remains a constant concern. The closer you get, the more imposing the structure appears. Thick stone walls surround the entrance. Narrow windows overlook the approach. Defenders could easily monitor anyone attempting to enter. Standing at the end of the bridge, you now face one of the most heavily defended parts of the entire castle, the gatehouse. From a distance, it appeared impressive, but up close, it feels enormous. Thick stone walls rise above your head. Narrow windows stare down from the upper levels. Heavy wooden gates stand open before you. Every part of the structure has been designed with defense in mind. In many ways, the gatehouse serves as the castle's first line of protection. Anyone wishing to enter must pass through it. Friend and stranger alike, merchants, farmers, messengers, nobles, soldiers. Everyone passes beneath its watchful presence. As you move closer, the sounds of the countryside begin to fade behind you. The quiet rustling of fields, the distant songs of birds, the open feeling of the landscape, all slowly disappear. Ahead lies a darker and more enclosed world, the world within the castle walls. Looking upward, you notice the great wooden doors. Reinforced with thick iron bands, they are built to withstand tremendous force. During peaceful times, the gates remain open for much of the day. But when danger threatens, they can be shut within moments. Once closed, they form a powerful barrier against intruders. Above the entrance hangs another defensive feature, the portcullis, a massive iron gate made of thick metal bars. Unlike the wooden doors, the portcullis can be dropped quickly from above. In times of emergency, it crashes downward with tremendous force, blocking the entrance completely. For attackers, it creates a serious obstacle. For defenders, it provides valuable protection. As you step forward, you pass beneath the shadow of the gatehouse. The temperature seems cooler here. Sunlight struggles to reach the stone passageway. The air feels still, quiet, almost mysterious. The walls around you are thick and solid, built from enormous blocks of stone carefully fitted together by skilled craftsmen. Some of these stones have stood in place for generations, enduring storms, wars, and the passage of time. Your footsteps echo softly against the stone floor. Each sound seems louder inside the narrow passage. Ahead, a small group of travelers moves slowly toward the inner courtyard. A merchant guides a cart loaded with barrels. A farmer carries sacks of grain. Two messengers exchange greetings as they pass one another. The gatehouse is busy, yet everyone understands its importance. This is not simply an entrance. It is a checkpoint, a place where security is taken seriously. Nearby, guards stand watch. Their armor catches small rays of sunlight filtering through the entrance. Spears rest beside them. Swords hang from their belts. They observe everyone who enters, not with suspicion, but with careful attention. In the medieval world, information is valuable. Knowing who enters and leaves the castle can be important. News travels slowly. Messengers carry important letters. Merchants bring reports from distant towns. Travelers often carry stories about events taking place far away. The gatehouse serves as a place where information arrives from the outside world. Looking upward once more, you notice narrow openings in the ceiling above. These are known as murder holes. The name sounds dramatic and perhaps a little unsettling. Their purpose is entirely defensive. If attackers ever manage to break through the outer gates, defenders positioned above could use these openings to protect the castle. Fortunately, today is peaceful. No battle threatens the walls. No army gathers outside. The gatehouse functions as it normally does, a place of movement, a place of security, and a place where the outside world meets the world within. As you continue walking through the passageway, the sounds ahead begin to grow louder. Voices, footsteps, the distant clatter of tools, the occasional sound of horses. Life is waiting on the other side. Gradually, sunlight appears ahead, bright and welcoming. The dark tunnel of the gatehouse begins to open. Beyond it lies the heart of the castle, the courtyard, a place filled with workers, servants, soldiers, animals, and daily activity. Every castle depends upon the people who live and work there, and many of those people can now be found beyond the gatehouse walls. Stepping forward, you leave the shadows behind. Sunlight warms the stone beneath your feet. The passageway opens into a wide space. For the first time, you can truly appreciate the scale of life inside the castle. Buildings stand in every direction. Horses move through the yard. Workers carry supplies. Smoke rises from distant chimneys. The castle is alive. It is not merely a fortress. It is a community, a place where hundreds of people may live, work, and spend their entire lives. And now, having successfully passed through the gatehouse, your journey into medieval castle life can truly begin. In the next chapter, we will step into the bustling courtyard and discover what daily life looked like for the ordinary people who kept the castle running every single day. Hisemai Devad Kari.